Okay, so once your map has shared, then what you'll see is this bottom one. So the web map has shared successfully, and then if you want, you can click Manage the Web App. But the other place that you can go is you can just go to the homepage of your organization. So you're going to want to go to arcgis.com and sign in. So I've already signed in, and so you sign in with your Arc Pro credentials. It's the same ones. And so in my case, you can see that I'm here. Now, with ArcOnline, there's a couple of different things that you're going to see in yours. Now, you may not see all of these depending on your level of access. So in my case, I see the home. There's very little on the home page. I see the gallery, I see map, I see scene, notebook, groups, content, and organization. So most of the things that you'll find are going to be under content. Content is all of your content. You can find some stuff under gallery on occasion if there is a gallery, and this has all of the organizational things. So for example, we've got some things from the web mapping service and some different classes that have happened, and all of these are part of the things on the gallery. Now, sometimes there's a rhyme and reason, sometimes there's not, depends on how well curated the gallery is. Ours is not particularly curated. So, but it is a place where you can find various different types of information that's around. So the place that you're going to want to go for your things is under your content. This is your foldering system for ArcOnline. Everything that you have is going to be in here. So you'll notice for mine, I have 4 pages worth of data. I have 193 different individual items. Every time you upload something here, it's going to add to that. And so in my case, I have this under cartography. So under cartography, I have the Japan seismic activity. This is the one that I did. And then I have the seismic risk of Japan, right? So with seismic risk of Japan, if I go to this web map, it should look, if I click on it, it should take you to where the information is. This is all of the details for any sort of ArcOnline dataset application is going to look the exact same. So you're going to have the name, you're going to have what the data is. So this was that summary that you did. And then you'll have a description. This is oftentimes where you'll see a larger methodology for how this map was created, what are some of the caveats, are there issues, what's the purpose. This is where all the metadata exists. This is for your information, because this is yours, of how much information is attached to the item. So you want this to be as high as possible. That means your metadata is going to be a little bit better. From there, it's going to have what your layers are. Each one of these is going to be its own feature layer, right? So I can go earthquakes of Japan, and this is going to take me to that feature layer here. Now, you'll notice in this case, because of how I put it out, that it just gives me the exact same summary. So I might want to change that a little bit, and then it gives me the descriptions, and then it tells me what layers there are. So if I click on the layers, it's going to take me specifically to that layer, and it's going to tell me all of the information about that specific layer. So in here, I can add a description of this particular layer, which is looking at the earthquakes of Japan, and I can also have this credit or attribution. Now, if I go up here, I can switch back to this top one. And so with this, it says in here that the top improvement would be to add a description. Now, if I want to change anything, each of these has this little edit button. This is where I can put in any of the things. So for the description here, I can say something about the purpose of this map, of the following web map is to what it's designed to do. The map was created using the following methodology. Data in this map was taken from. All data is available, is open source, and available from Z. For more questions or concerns about the data, please feel free to reach out to something to that effect. And so you have the option of adjusting this as you like. If you need photos, logos, whatever it is, you can do that. You can also embed different things in here. And so you can add all of that. And it's going to put it into this description. So that's going to pop up there. I can also add this terms of use. So if you have terms of use, this is more common if you are an organization or the government. So for example, the government of Alberta, geospatial data. Let's go here. So what we got. Let's go here. My old place of work. Yeah. Are you gonna load? No. Okay. Let's try this one. There we go. Okay. So what I can do is I can maybe go over to the census profiles. Okay. Show item details. All right. So if I go over to the item details here, it should take me to a page that looks fairly similar to the one we just left, but looking at it from the government of Alberta perspective. So we'll just give it a minute to load and stop having an aneurysm. Okay, so now that it's loaded, you can see that it has this description, right? So a provincial electoral district, or PED, is a territorial yada 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 yada. So this is a slightly longer description of what this was here, which just says what the data set is. Now it tells you what the credits are here. Now it does not have a special terms of use in this case, but some of the other ones likely will. So if we go over to the person who created this, we should be able to find something else. Let's check out. Let's check out one of their web maps. See what that one is. Nope. All right. Well, I can't find a terms of use in this one, but many different organizations have terms of use. Oftentimes, they're going to be under some sort of licensing system, or tell you, where you can see it, what you can do with it, any of those sorts of things. And so those terms of use are going to be really useful for you because it tells you whether or not you're allowed to use it. And so if you're pulling data from any of these places, it'll give you a little bit of a sense of whether or not you're allowed to pull that information. So that's what you can add in here. So can you use the data? This is all of the legalese, essentially. And then from there, you'll have noticed that there was this credits and attribution in the Government of Alberta one. This one here, so you can say something to the effect of web map compiled by, in this case, Stan, University of Southern Mississippi. 2024. Or if there's any sort of credit attribution, so if you want to be referenced in a particular way, that's where you would put it and how you want it to be referenced. And so oftentimes, so think of it kind of like APA style. You can put an APA style credit for your work there. And so that's going to have all the information. Now, as you see, we've got a fairly high one. It says to add a longer description. I'm not really going to do that. So once I have this, what I can do is then I can check out some of the other things. So most of these will then have the sort of data, visualization, settings, all that jazz. So if you go over into data, it's actually going to show you the attribute table that you have. So it's got all of these object IDs in this case, and then you can add fields, update fields, change things. Now you'll notice here editing is disabled, but you have privileges to edit this layer. So this means that I can edit it, but no one else can. And so a lot of these have this built in to their system. And so you can see what all of the things are. Now you'll notice that it only uploaded, and we can only see all of the things that were visible when we uploaded it, right? So we had hidden a bunch of things, and so now we can't see a variety of things, which is fine. Visualization is going to take you to how it's going to be shown, what things are going to be shown. And so this is going to take you to some sort of map. And so in this case, you've got that seismic risk, right? So this is just the seismic risk. You have usage, so how many requests have there been? And then you also have a variety of different things. So can you share it publicly? Can you edit it? Do you want to track the edits? Are people allowed to export it? And so all of those different things you can put in your layers. So you can also switch what this name is if you want. So this is seismic risk in Japan. You'll notice that it has this WFL1. This is a web feature layer or a vector file. So in this case, I'm going to get rid of that. I'm going to switch this to dash. And then I'm going to add back these. And then I'm going to just call it WFL. So this cleans this one up a little bit, and so it just makes it differentiates it from the web map by saying this WFL, but it gets rid of some of those other things that I don't necessarily need. So then I can go back to my content. None of that really changed much. It was just adding all of that information that I might want. And so then I can go over into my web map. And so if I click on my web map, it should take me to the item first. And so again, it's going to take me to the item. But what I actually want to do in this case is I actually want to open this in Map Viewer. So I actually want to open this map and see what it looks like online. And there's a variety of different things that you can do with a web map online. And that's going to be in the next video, now that you can see that it's loaded.